Hello and welcome to week 7 of Novi's weekly workflow. I'm Scott Easton and thanks for joining. So today we're going to go through this scenario of trying to get your hands around what formations are producing around some acreage that might be up for sale. So having said that, I loaded up EnergyNet. I'm looking at a BLM piece that is pretty interesting to me because we've been tracking the Matador developments in their advanced acreage, which is right around in here. This block is coming up for sale, it looks like in June. And so let's take apart what production is in that area. I usually start out with this kind of piece, the productivity over time. And so I loaded up that area. You can see that township and range. The block is just kind of right in here. And what I'm going to be looking at is just what zones are producing and what operators are producing. So right now, loaded up all of the operators, and you can see ExxonMobil has kind of the biggest pads around here. Particularly important to me is I like seeing a lot of different wells that are on a pad, and I'm going to start figuring out where those are producing. But it gives me a sense for what the production is coming off of those, as well as at the bottom here, what's their completion design. So you can see Exxon and Matador are kind of the two active producers in this area, like we'd expect. Avant just started drilling again. Looks like 3 wells that came on in 2023. So I'm seeing a lot of information from this picture. Upside scenarios, we're looking at Conoco. They have the most, so this is average 6 months of oil normalized for lateral length. And it looks like we might want to look at their completion techniques as well. So you can see that they, drilled 10K laterals. It looks like they're 2,000 pounds per foot of proppant versus, say, an Exxon 3,000 pounds per foot. So let's flip this over a little bit. So if I'm getting away from operators and getting a sense for what formations are producing here, I just dropped down the group wells by. And I can see really quickly that the bulk of these are going to be the Bone Springs second. I can also see there's some third limes that came on this big pad over here. There's a Wolf Camp. So this is kind of our big delineated pad. So I wanted to get a sense for how they completed that pad. So I opened up Well Explorer, which you see that link down there. Here's what I'm looking at. This is this pad right here. And I like you get here by dropping down to the gun barrel. I'm grouping up by formation, and this gives me a sense that they're drilling, they're drilling 4 Bone Springs lime or 3rd Bone Springs lime per section. Looks like they did 3 second Bone Springs sand. And then you see a Bone Springs lime up there. You see a Wolf Camp XY. And then a 3rd Bone Springs sand. So having said that, I kind of got my arms around what kind of zones are producing around me. Now I'll jump in to get an idea of forecasting. So this is the production profiles forecast. This does the same thing as kind of the type curving one that we have. The only difference is these dotted lines correspond to our best-in-class projections. So these are machine learned projections on a per well basis. Right now I'm looking at operator. So this is really great to kind of stack up, what operators, what their kind of like regional cumes are per well. And you can see leading the charge here is Matador. We've got Permian Resources, and then Exxon, Avant right there. So these are kind of all of our group right here. And then getting a sense, I can also see what a production profile would look like on a formation basis. So having flipped that over, I can really quickly explore what that XY looks like. So this kind of like Sherbert type curve, what that looks like compared to a 3rd Bone Springs lime or a 2nd Bone Springs. So thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.